Germany struggling to sell its debt, and if the strongest country in Europe is facing distress, well, many investors worry the very future of the EU is at stake. Time to let the Willis watchdogs out. Larry Winget is a best-selling author in Phoenix. Katie Pavlich is the editor of townhall.com, and Matt McCall is the CEO of Penn Financial. Matt, let's start with you. How worried are you about Germany?
Well, I'm not too worried about Germany itself. I'm worried that what's going on in Greece, Italy, Spain, and you name every other country in the EU is going to fall on Germany because Germany keeps bailing them out, but eventually Germany's going to run out of money as well. So it's going to come to them. We saw France last week. Their yields really spiked up, and France really has a pretty strong economy. Germany's even stronger, and now they're going up. And I really do think it's a short-term fear. People are just getting really fearful, and just what country's next. Eventually, the U.S., you're going to see them go up as well.
I hope it's just fear. Katie, what do you say?
It's not surprising. I mean, Germany has been pulling the weight for all of Europe, right? So how long can Germany continue to do that? I think it's time for the Italians to take some notes, whether it's looking at the...
They need to do more than just take notes.
Whether it's looking at the German train system running on time or getting their financial situation into check.
They have a real economy, and almost no other country in Europe has a real economy.
Exactly.
All right, Larry, I didn't get to talk to you. What do you think?
Well, you know, I think that's the problem when you lump a strong economy in with a bunch of loser economies, and every government's economy is going to rely on every other government's economy. And as long as we have an entitlement-based society that believes that their government, whichever one it is, ought to take care of them, whether they got the money or not, we're going to have bigger problems.
No, I agree with that. Okay, now on to the absurd. Don't you just hate those fees you have to pay for checking luggage at the airport? Well, one senator is looking to get rid of them altogether. Listen to this. Senator Mary Landrieu says her legislation would guarantee passengers one checked bag without the financial burden of paying a fee or the headache of trying to fit everything into one carry-on and then shove it into the baggage area over your head, which is the worst part. Katie, what do you say?
Look, they're going to pay for this baggage fee whether it's up front and you know what it's for, or you're going to pay for it in your ticket price. It might be more convenient to be able to check a bag for free, but in the end, you're still going to have to pay for it.
Larry, what do you say? You like that baggage fee?
I say this senator's an idiot and ought to keep her nose out of private businesses affairs.
I don't like that fee.
I think it's a horrible idea.
Why?
Listen, I hate the fee. I hate the fee, but let airlines charge whatever they want. And then another airline will decide to charge less or nothing at all, and that's called a competitive advantage. And then we, the consumer, can decide who we want to do business with. That's how the free market handles a problem like this.
Well, the sooner we get a break, the better. That's Matt. What do you say?
Amen to Larry, because I mean, of all the things that are going on in this country right now, she's concerned about baggage fees. I mean, come on. People
exactly.
Everything's in excess in this country, right? So people they pack too much. My family just showed up this morning with 6 bags. I thought they were moving into my place. They're there for 2 days. So yes, people. Maybe,
are you making Thanksgiving?
I am making Thanksgiving.
What a disaster.
There's going to be lots of food poisoning in that house, right?
Yeah, okay. We ganged up. You see that? Yeah. You'll watch what you say during the breaks now. All right, guys. Oh, we've got one more story here. Google, a big power hog, you know Google, pulling the plug on plans to make cheap renewable energy. This is a fascinating story. This coming after mounting competition from Facebook and Apple in the mobile computing, that is, in social networking fields. Google says other companies are better positioned to take renewable energy efforts to the next level. Larry, what do you make of this?
I think it's a great idea for them to just walk away from something that they decided they're not good at and they don't want to spend any more money on. In other words, when you find yourself on a dead horse, get off. That's what they're doing.
All right. Matt, do you think, though, that, I mean, is it a dead horse? Is it really a dead horse? Are all green efforts dead? That was my question. If Google's getting out of it, will others follow?
It's not dead, but it's close to being shot. I mean, it's definitely, they're struggling right now. You look at the solar companies, look at the stock market, they've all been crushed. We've had bankruptcies. We're going to have a lot more. And that's what Google is concentrating on, solar energy. Google should not be in the business of renewable energy, be in the business of search, be in the business of the internet, not renewable energy. It was a great effort and it sounds good, but really, that's not their business. So they should get rid of it.
And the feds should take some notes from Google. If Google's not going to do it as a private enterprise, the federal government shouldn't be doing more loans like Solyndra. And no more green energy going forward. We were talking a lot about the Eurozone. We're talking about the Eurozone. Spain's economy is bad because of renewables.
Natural gas, oil, coal, we have all of it.
Okay, the world's problems solved right here on the Willis Report. Larry, Katie, Matt, thanks, guys. Great job. Really appreciate it.